And welcome back to my channel. My name is Rusty. Unless you're new here, and then just welcome. This is my channel where I talk about my favorite movies, mostly horror, and my favorite music, mostly metal. And welcome to my June 2025 update. These are all of the CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays, 4Ks that I have picked up in the month of June in the year 2025 to add to my collection. This time I do have a couple of CDs that I picked up. Every once in a while I grab some music, and yeah, so we're going to start with that. We're going to start with the CDs. This, of course, is Godsmack. Lighting Up the Sky, which is their latest album. Supposedly their last, and then they're retiring. Some of these people just don't know how to keep rocking. I think they're barely in their 50s, you know. Stevie Nicks on tour at, like, how old is she? 80? But, yeah. So, but I really love this album. I have every Godsmack album, and so I was very glad to finally get this one. Especially love Surrender. It's a fantastic album. They still sound like their old selves. And then moving on, this is my favorite heavy metal band since 2017 when they came out. They debuted with an album called Lovebites EP. This is their newest studio album. This is Lovebites EP 2. Lovebites EP 2 is 5 new songs. Unchained. Then they also, this is the original that they came out with in 2017. They re-recorded it in 2024. So they re-recorded the exact same EP with their new lineup. And yeah, so this CD comes with the re-recording of EP 1 and of course EP 2. I do have every single studio album of Lovebites since they came out in 2017, which is a lot. You know, they're the hardest working ladies in heavy metal. This is their, 6th or 7th? I'm trying to look over there. Yeah, 6, 7, 8 in just these few years. So I'm very, very glad to have the Lovebites' newest studio album. And this is Lovebites' No More Tragedy. Now, Lovebites is a very strange band in that almost every studio album they release, they go on tour and they release a live album. So they have pretty much just as many live albums as they do studio albums, which is pretty wild. I am not a huge fan of live albums, so this is actually the first live album that I bought of theirs. Now that I have all of their studio CDs, I'm probably going to start, going back and picking up their live albums. I do have almost everyone downloaded, the live video, from a video file. So I do have them, I have all their live shows on video format, but I don't have them on CD. So this is Lovebites' No More Tragedy. There's not a picture. Oh well. Lovebites' No More Tragedy. It's the first live CD of theirs. I, of course, am going to start going back and ordering the rest of them. They are the best heavy metal band in the world right now, and probably will be for quite some time. So yeah, Lovebites EP 2, Lovebites' No More Tragedy, and Godsmack's new album. I think next month I'm going to try to pick up Seether's last 3 albums so I can finish up my collection with them. And moving on to movies, we have The Wrath of Becky. I do have this on digital, on my Vudu, but I, of course, am a physical freak, so the only thing that I could find is a DVD, so I broke down and bought it. Obviously, they're never going to release a Blu-ray, which is crappy. I did see a couple of boots of it, and I might end up someday having to get one of them. But I absolutely love this movie. I love the first one, and I love this one. I love The Wrath of Becky. I love its themes, I love what's going on in it, and I certainly love the kills. This is Tailgate. Now, this has been in a past update because this is it isn't opened because this is one of those hidden gems that I found. I just picked it up at like $2 from Hamilton Books because I thought it looked okay. And I absolutely loved it so much, and as usual with movies that do not have Blu-ray releases and are only available on DVD, I will sometimes, if it's a low price, I will pick up a second copy because DVDs mess up so easily. So this is a second backup copy of Tailgate because this is a phenomenal movie. I wanted this. I absolutely loved the trailer for it. I really wanted this one, and of course, it does not have a Blu-ray release that I can find, so I ended up having to get it on DVD. And then we have The Resort. I do have this on digital on my Vudu, but it does have a Blu-ray release, but it's pretty expensive, and that runtime, I have a very, very big issue, as people know if you've been around my channel, with movies under 90 minutes. So this one, in other words, I can't justify the money for something that's under 90 minutes. If it's $2.99 or $3.99, maybe. But if you want me to pay you $20 or $15 for a Blu-ray and your movie's only 79 minutes long, you can keep it. I will just get the DVD. I'm just a bitch that way. And moving on, actually I had very, very few upgrades. I upgraded Memento. I love this movie. Guy Pearce and Carrie-Anne Moss. I love this movie, and I finally got around to, I guess they did a reprinting, so you could get that Blu-ray now, and yeah, I had the DVD, so I picked up the Blu-ray Memento, and this is Harrison Ford in Clear and Present Danger. I like those movies that I've got all of them. I think I've managed to upgrade 2 of them now to Blu-ray. And, yeah, so these are the 2 upgrades that I did. Now, pretty much everything else, except for this was an upgrade as well. The People vs. Larry Flint, I've already done a video on it. I love this movie. It is a masterpiece. And he is one of my heroes, political heroes. And I absolutely love The People vs. Larry Flint, and I'm very, very happy to have it on Blu-ray. And now we're moving on to just 2 movies that I have never had in my collection, which is actually not true, because I see that. This was also an upgrade. I did have this on DVD, and I love this movie. This is Cody Smith McPhee, whom I love, and Ryan Quanten. This is the guy from Glorious, the Shudder film Glorious, which I still haven't picked up because every time I see the runtime, I can't justify the money for it. I love Cody, and so this is actually a very, very, very good sci-fi movie. You may also recognize him from True Blood. But yeah, I did have this on DVD. This is a little movie called Headhunters. It is a action thriller with a lot of killing and boom booms, and that is right up my alley. So yeah. This was very, very interesting. I, of course, knew him from Frasier, you know, David Hyde Pierce. So when I saw this, I was like, what? He's in like a movie? A horror movie? And yeah, it is fucked up. Calls it a crackling dark comedy. I don't know about that. I didn't really find very much of it comedic. I found it scary and sick, to be quite honest. But David Hyde Pierce was fantastic in it. I guess there's some funny bits, but I don't know, not enough to call it a comedy or a dark comedy. But yeah, it's got a fucking weird twist ending too that I loved. So yeah, if you've never heard of this, it is definitely worth getting. You Are Not My Mother, a little weird horror movie. It actually, Magnet, I screwed up and bought some Magnet. Magnet is like, I have a lot of problems sometimes getting them to play. Some of them won't play. But I forgot, but this one played. I checked it. So, this is a weird sci-fi horror movie, You Are Not My Mother, so I'm glad to have that. Again, I did the same thing. The ABCs of Death, 1 and 2. One of these did not work because they're Magnet. One of them did not work. I got a second copy and it also did not work. My brother took it home to his house and it played fine. So there's something about Magnet with my particular Blu-ray player. I don't know what it is. No other company, no other DVD. No other DVDs, no other Blu-rays from any other studio. I have never had a problem with anything except Magnet. So I don't know what it is. But yes, the ABCs of Death 1 and 2, very, very, I don't know. Some people like them. I don't know. We'll see. Got me a couple of little double features. I'd already had Homefront on DVD. I did not have End of Watch. So I saw this little double feature. So I grabbed it. I replaced one of my Jason Statham DVDs and also got this, which I wanted. Same with this, The Way Back. I've had both of these movies on my wish list. And then boom, I found this. And it was very reasonable. So once again, I don't mind these double features and triple features as long as everything is on their own Blu-ray, which these are. So that was pretty cool. The Way Back, Day of the Falcon. I already had the other two, so I wanted to pick up this one. I just picked up a regular release. I like them, but isn't it Warner Brothers? I'm not sure. But I think it's Warner Brothers, and I give them as little money as possible. So I bought this new. I think it was only like $8, $9, but I just wanted the basic release to have along with the other two. I like them. I'm not saying I don't like them. I like them a lot. I love him. He's always been a favorite actor of mine. So I like these movies. It's just not enough to give Warner Brothers any money. This was very, very interesting and fun. This is Frank Grillo. It's a very, very cool little movie called Collision. Takes place in the desert, where these two are a couple and they have a gigantic wreck and it's a murder plot from her and this guy was going to kill him, and it just all goes sideways because of the people they run across. Very good little action mystery movie. Very glad I took the chance and picked it up. This is The Forger. I absolutely love Ty Sheridan and I love John Travolta. It's got Christopher Plummer in it as well. I like this movie a lot, and so I was glad to get it for my John Travolta section. The Forger. This is a little Shudder film. This is Yummy. Human flesh never tasted so good, so I'm assuming that it's going in my zombie collection, right? So we'll see how much I like it, but I'm sure I will. Red Ghost Nazi Hunter. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It is a World War II action movie about an elite sniper who went after Nazis and had the most kills or something. I guess it's like the World War II version of American Sniper. You know what I mean? And this is Selfless with Ryan Reynolds and Ben Kingsley. Nice little action movie. I remember seeing it and liking it a lot, so when I saw it available, I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that. And moving on is the collector's edition of Stallone. This is Scream Factory's remaster of Cobra. This is my second favorite Stallone movie after the Rambo series. So you'll have Rambo and then you have Cobra. And then I guess my third would be Eye for an Eye. Or no, not Eye for an Eye. I See You? Is that what it's called? Yeah. I know, I've got the remaster of it too. But I like a lot of Stallone movies as long as you don't come anywhere near me with Rocky. But yeah, this is my second favorite movie of all time of Sylvester Stallone. Cobra is a flat out slasher. That's what it is. It's a slasher horror movie, and it is. It just is. I'm not going to argue with you about it because I'm right. This is Michael Douglas. It's called Beyond the Reach. This was so good. I saw this. I knew that I would love this because of who was in it and the setup. He's a game hunter, very, very rich, who hires him to take him out, to hunt big game in the desert. When this dummy accidentally kills a guy and then decides that it would be best for his business and himself if he makes him strip down to his underwear and die in the desert rather than let anyone in the business world know that he didn't want to be involved in this. So this is a survival movie where this guy has to survive this guy chasing him through the desert with high-powered rifles because he wants him to die, so nobody will find out that he shot and killed a guy thinking it was a goat on a mountain. That's hunters for you. This is Will Wheaton. Wesley from Star Trek. So I was very interested to see him in a movie that wasn't Stand By Me or Star Trek or Toy Soldiers, which is the only 3 movies I know that he's been in. So he hasn't been in a lot. So this was very interesting. It was a very, very weird movie, and I had a lot of fun with it. It is very fun. This is the guy who did 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. This is his newest movie. It's called The Banshees of Inisherin. It's Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. Is that his name? Yeah. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. But this is supposed to be like really hilarious. And, well, he makes movies like 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So it's kind of like that, but it's set in Ireland. I was really happy to get a hold of this. It's a newer release. This is Gladiator 2. I picked up the 4K Blu-ray digital thing. So, very cool. This is the horror movie Porno, which I was, I've wanted since I heard about it and it came out, and so I'm very, very glad to finally have it in my collection. And I will probably be doing a video on that. This is Wolves. It is not a werewolf movie. But it is a very weird psychological serial killer of animal. It's weird. You have to go read about it. I can't really explain it to you, but you have to go read about it. It is very, very strange, very, very spooky, and you really don't know what's going on. Is he a werewolf or is he just a psycho? I don't know. Very, very cool movie. Hard to find, and it's called Wolves. This was fucking hilarious. This is lowlife. I don't know what to say. It's one of those movies, you know, like Seven Psychopaths and Once Upon a Time in Venice. You know, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, but it's crazy action, blood, gore. It's really, really good. It's funny, but it's also shocking in its action and themes and stuff like that. Mad Dog Time. This is an older movie. It's got a superb cast. Diane Lane, you know, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Dreyfuss, Gabriel Byrne, Ellen Barkin. It's just like a mobster movie, but with a little comedy edge to it. So yeah, I was glad to get that. I remember seeing it a long time ago. And this is the atmospheric horror movie, The Wind, Demons of the Prairie. It's one of those. Some people like it. Some people think that it's not enough, but I do. I really like the atmosphere of this movie. And indie horror at its best. I think so. I'll probably do a video on this as well. So this is The Wind, Demons of the Prairie. Okay, moving on to the last batch, we are moving on to more boutiques. I finally got around to getting the 4K Blu-ray collector's edition of The Fog from Scream Factory. Very, very glad to finally have that. What can you say? Once Upon a Time in the West. This is the new 4K Blu-ray digital release of it. This is one of my favorite westerns with Charlie Bronson. It's also got Henry Fonda. It's one of the best westerns ever made, alongside the Blondie trilogy, you know, for a few dollars more and all those. So yeah, I am a Western fan. I do have a gigantic section of Westerns. I love Westerns. This is the new gold edition. This is the new remaster of Scarface. I already had the special collector's DVD set. I also have the steelbook from, I think, 2014 or something like that. But this is a brand new remaster, and the remaster is on the Blu-ray. And let me tell you, I watched it, and it is absolutely beautiful. Scarface is one of my favorite movies of all time. So, yeah. This is the crazy movie. Who did this? Synapse. This is the Synapse remaster of Street Trash. You know, we're talking gutter balls. We're talking gutter balls and the nail gun massacre. It's crazy. It's one of those. It came with like that little alcohol sticker. So, Synapse Video. This is the Criterion collection of A Room with a View. I can honestly say that there are a lot of beautiful movies. There are a lot of beautifully cinematic movies, but there is nothing that has ever, nor will ever, beat Ivory Marchant. Ivory Marchant's films are, especially A Room with a View and Maurice, both of those movies are the most beautiful movies ever made. the cinematography in those movies are just unbelievable. And then when you add on the fact that it's a fantastic movie, there you go. This is Helena Bonham Carter and Dame Maggie Smith. And yeah, this is the Criterion collection of A Room with a View. I so wish that they would do Maurice, which is my other favorite Ivory Marchant film. I also like Howard's End. So you just can't, A Room with a View and Maurice is just untouchable. They're the most beautiful. Those two movies are the most beautiful movies ever made. Just a treat for the eyes. Just, even if you don't pay attention to what's being said, just watching the movies are like a cinematic orgasm. But that's okay. I love the movies themselves too. Maurice and A Room with a View. So I'm very, very happy to have A Room with a View. I just watched this yesterday. I love street life movies. Like Lords of Dogtown, Where the Day Takes You, LIE, which stands for Long Island Expressway. Suburbia has always been one of my favorites. It's right up there with LIE and Where the Day Takes You. There's lots of them. I think I have a list on International Movie Database I made that's got like 30 of these kind of movies in it. Suburbia is absolutely fantastic. This is the Shout Select remaster of Suburbia. They have new artwork. He's one of my favorite characters. I just wish he would grow some hair. It's very, very sad. It's very traumatic, but it's also very fun. The music, of course, is punk rock. It is fantastic. You have all of these various misfits who gather together, who have been basically thrown away by society and their parents. They form their own family. That's what most of these street life movies are about. So they form their own family, and it is absolutely a phenomenal movie. And this guy right here, not the little boy, the one behind him, that is Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he was 17 when he made this movie. And oh my God, it's worth seeing just to see that, because let me tell you, you will just fall over dead seeing him in this movie, because he is such a pretty baby in this movie. He's 18 years old when he made this movie or something like that, and believe me, he is fantastic. And the whole cast is great, and the storyline is great, and the ending is one of the most saddest endings of a movie that I've ever seen. But yeah, that is Suburbia, and very glad to have it. I am a complete Trekkie, as people know. I've begun picking up the 4K Blu-ray remasters of the original films. I now have 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 4. So this next month I'll be picking up. I forgot this month to grab one, but I'll be picking up 3. So I have the motion picture, which I had to buy 2 copies of. I bought the steelbook, and it turned out to be the theatrical version, so I had to turn around and buy it again to get the director's cut. But I've already had Wrath of Khan, and this is my favorite Star Trek movie, The Voyage Home. With the one with the whales. So I'm very glad to have it. The remaster is absolutely beautiful. This is Bad Biology. Who did that? Is that Severin? It's one of the few Severin films that I have. I don't really like Vinegar Syndrome. I don't like Severin. I don't like their releases. I don't like their predatory behavior towards collectors, as you all know. Look at that. It's they want $35 for something, and that's it. That's it. Not even a reversible cover. They are the They are the most lame releases ever. Well, as you see, they got my money. So, obviously, I appreciate that they remaster and get these out of the way movies like Bad Biology and the other stuff that they do. However, they want $40 for it, and they give you absolutely nothing worth that kind of money. And you'll hear that rant every time you see a Vinegar Syndrome or a Severin movie in my collection. You will hear it. I'm sorry, but that's just love, love, love. Colors. This is Robert Duvall and Sean Penn in the 80s movie Colors. This is the Shout Select. Isn't it? Yeah. This is the Shout Select remaster of Colors. Sean Penn is just phenomenal in this movie. Robert Duvall, of course, as always. Also, one of the saddest endings in a movie ever is this movie. Talk about a big nostalgia trip. It's Colors. This is the Wolf Creek, which has never been the original Wolf Creek, which has never been released on Blu-ray before. It has been released on DVD, which I did have the DVD. But if you remember, if this looks familiar to you, Walmart teamed up with Lionsgate in Halloween of last year, and they put out like 8 of these. They're all like similar black and red or black and gold. 6 of them were nothing. They were just re-releases in a steelbook, that's all. However, 2 of them, Wolf Creek and Hannibal Rising, those 2 movies have never been released in North America on Blu-ray before. I got both of them for that reason. So I'm very, very glad to have Wolf Creek on Blu-ray finally. And I got this steelbook. And I also got the Hannibal Rising steelbook, which will be in next month's update. So yeah, the Wolf Creek steelbook. Happy as... Well, I won't say how happy I am. And this is the Arrow Collector's Edition, limited edition of Deep Blue Sea. Little slipcase. Beautiful box set. Deep Blue Sea is one of my favorite shark movies ever. New artwork. Got these real cool lobby cards. We all remember that scene. One of the best shark movies ever made. It's right there with Jaws. So yeah, this is the Arrow Special Limited Edition. It also comes with a gigantic reversible poster. So you can choose the original movie poster, or you can choose this one. So you can flip it. Oh, what am I doing? And this is the beautiful book that comes with it. Aquatica Research. Absolutely phenomenal, like these Arrow videos. These Arrow releases, these limited edition. And it really wasn't that expensive. I think it was like, I think I got it for like $28, you know? Look at that huge book of all this information and storyboards and everything. So, I mean, I really do give kudos to Arrow for, you know, and if you were to pay $35 for it, which, you know, some of these limited editions are, you know, in the $30 to $40 range, but look what you get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least they can justify it. The price, you know, they're like, well, give me $35 for it. And I'm like, for what? And then you see all of this stuff and you're like, okay, well, that's cool. I don't mind paying for a special thing, I don't mind paying $35 for that. But let's go back for a second and bitch for a minute. Do you see the difference here, folks? Do you see the difference between those assholes at Severin and Vinegar Syndrome wanting you to pay $35 for that? And Arrow Video wanting you to pay $35 for this? If you can't see the difference in quality of release, yes, this is a new remaster. Yes, I'm very glad to own it. Yes, they got my money. But I waited until... how did I get this? I think I waited until some retailer had it. I think it was like $12.99 or something, brand new. But it was like $12.99 for it. Because if you go to their website, you think I'm going to fucking pay you $30 for that? I'm just not. I don't mind paying $30 for that, but I ain't paying $30 for that, and that's what I mean. They're just predators. I'm sure they have an edition for like $75 or something that gives you a slipcase. Fuck them. But, yeah, so this is Deep Blue Sea. This is my prize of this month, along all of the other beautiful stuff I have. But yeah, Deep Blue Sea. That does it, folks. Let's get some stuff out there. Lots of goodies. Lots of goodies, goodies everywhere. So that's some stuff that I picked up in the month of June. I'm very, very happy with my selections. And as usual, I'm thrilled to death to have all of these in my collection, safe in my loving cinephile arms, is all of this stuff. So, yes, my collection is happy, and I am happy, and that's what life is all about, isn't it? So I will see you in the next little batch of movies that I do, and yeah, love you, miss you, bye-bye. Thank you very much for taking the time to check these out and pay me a visit. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next thing I do. Always remember and never forget, you're a very, very special person. And I will see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.